Okay, so the session prior to the last one, I called Lighting the Beacon. In this last session, I called it Lighting the Tower. And the subtitle is It's Fun to Stay at the YMCA. Anyhow, that'll make sense later. All right. Let me shut the door. Sorry, real quick.
God, that fucking guy's gone.
Hey, I heard that. I don't want my wife hearing me do this shit because she already thinks I'm a big enough nerd.
Matt, I think you're muted, hon. Yeah, excellent. Good.
Intentionally.
Perfect.
All right. The beacon of Argynvost gleamed across the land, and the spirits of the Order of the Silver Dragon were finally at rest. Our party felt renewed confidence in their quest to help the denizens of Barovia and escape these cursed lands. Their new companion, a monster hunter named Esmeralda Davenier, or Ez for short, desperately sought out her mentor, Dr. Rudolph Van Richten. They believed he was traveling undercover as Rictavio, a circus man. They thought Van Richten would be at an old tower that Ez knew about within the next couple of days. So first, they had some time to plunder the old mansion that they had just exorcised. Deckard and Alaric dashed up to the throne room. The revenant Lord Vladimir was gone, but his armor, a medallion, and an exquisite ancient greatsword lay scattered around the throne. Alaric detected tremendous magic emanating from the greatsword, but was unsure of its origins. Deckard stepped forward and grabbed the sword, saying, "Man, I haven't been this excited since my grandma made her peach pie." He then entered a trance-like meditation that they hadn't seen him do before. The blood hunter held the greatsword in his hand for about 10 minutes as his closed eyes flittered. He experienced the dark and lengthy history of this ancient artifact, seeing it through the enemies of Strahd in the hands of both a living and undead Vladimir. Deckard then opened his eyes and said, "That thing is badass," as he tossed the sword to Alaric, who snatched it from the air.
Is that actually what it looks like?
In my mind, something pretty close to that.
Awesome.
Little silver dragons on it and everything.
Awesome.
They left the half plate and medallion on the floor. Spargle and Ragnar explored the war room where they had previously met Godfrey and the other revenants, but found only busted up old equipment. Spargle noted that a shield was missing from the wall. A clear outline remained where it was once mounted. The party thoroughly searched the rest of the floor and found it mostly emptied or plundered. At one point, they found a barrel of Champagne du Lestamp, a most coveted vintage. Thoradin hoisted the massive barrel in his muscled arms and started guzzling it. But alas, it had long since turned to vinegar. Ragnar and Spargle discussed the Order's offer to allow them passage to the Amber Temple and realized they hadn't actually received any help from Vladimir or the others. Esmeralda noted that she had heard of the Amber Temple and that its location was a mystery. Deckard mentioned that perhaps they would reach it through the Solenka Pass. Spargle reminded them of their Taroka reading from Madame Eva. When she flipped that elementalist card, she said something about power and strength, of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. The treasure is hidden in a small castle beneath a mountain guarded by amber giants, is what she said. Ragnar realized, we need to find that Van Richten. Maybe he has some answers. As the mansion seemed thoroughly picked through, they decided to head back towards Vallaki and the old tower that Esmeralda spoke of. They spent one more night in the old mansion. Despite a constant piercing, off-pitch noise, the group rested relatively well as Ragnar tried learning how to play some old windpipes. In the morning, Spargle and the others decided to seal off the mausoleum, using magic to summon a granite wall across the door. Their first stop was Vallaki, which seemed in relative order. Black-cloaked guards manned the walls. Deckard left his horse behind and stealthed around the perimeter of the city. He looked for a way to sneak up over the palisade, but ultimately decided the walls were too fortified to do this during the day. He returned to the group, and they decided to head to the old tower first, but not before the group deliberated at length about various animals they could transform into. That was about 40 minutes of our last session, by the way. After a few hours traveling along the old Svalich Road, they found a path that branched towards where their map showed the tower. Thoradin, uneasy about leaving the road, let Esmeralda take the lead. As she pulled her wagon to the north, the rest of them followed. I won't reread the description, but there was a tower across a causeway in the middle of an island, around a lake in kind of marshy grass. Ragnar attempted to peek through the windows of the wagon, but it was sealed shut. He knocked, but there was no answer. Thoradin noted that the wagon tracks were made within the last week or so. No one seemed to be in the wagon or the immediate area. Approaching the tower's door, they noticed a strange plaque and symbol on the front door and the word Kazan written above it. Spargle inspected the mark thoroughly, but it wasn't anything he had seen in any arcane text. Ragnar confirmed it wasn't anything he was familiar with from his extensive travels. Thoradin grabbed the symbol, attempting to rotate it, and electricity arced out from the building, blasting the dwarf and those around him. They all took an instinctive step backward, some of them avoiding some of the damage. Spargle began to scope the outer perimeter of the tower, making sure to stay back from the dangerous electrical surges. Meanwhile, Juniper ran up to the front door and was blasted by the electricity again, singeing her. The building seemed to shake a bit as violent electricity enveloped the entire structure and continued to surge. Spargle started running around the tower to various points and performed the bodily gestures depicted by the plaque on the front door. At first, nothing happened, but when he recreated a particular position directly in front of the door itself, the symbols flashed a violent, angry blue. Without warning, an enormous blue dragon materialized behind them on the island above the wagon. The dragon growled an evil laugh. "I have waited so long. Kazan forbids your entry," as it attacked. Juniper acted first, attempting to confuse the dragon with magic. Surprisingly, this worked, as the dragon blinked a few times at the druid and seemed perplexed. Spargle cast Mirror Image, creating multiple versions of himself, as the dragon seemed utterly confounded by the cunning gnomes. Screeching in anger, the dragon beat its wings, rising higher into the air. Alaric, Ragnar, and Esmeralda suddenly became terrified of the huge monster. Alaric had never shown such fear in his eyes, and this concerned the rest of them. Esmeralda yelled for the group to spread out. "It's a blue dragon. We don't want to be near each other," as she launched a firebolt at the creature but missed wide. Deckard lobbed 2 fiery bolts at the dragon, both of which bounced off its thick scales. Thoradin misty-stepped, teleporting to the top of the wagon, and shouted, "What is your name?" Then the dwarf touched himself, casting a spell of protection against lightning energy, and then further taunted the blue dragon. The angered dragon furiously beat its wings towards Thoradin, trying to knock him off the wagon, but the stout dwarf held his ground. Alaric grabbed his newly acquired greatsword, mustering some confidence, and his fear of the beast drifted away as the barbarian was ready to engage. Juniper called down beams of moonlight that slammed the dragon, knocking it a bit sideways in the air. The dragon snarled as it turned its head towards the forest gnome. Ragnar started to lose his mind a bit, muttering about long-ago battles as he stepped backward, eyes full with fear. But his dwarvish resolve took over as he bashed Shatterspike against his shield, snapping out of his terror and ready to battle the massive creature. And Ragnar, I'm going to give you inspiration, which means you have a free roll with advantage that you can use yourself at any point, or you can give to somebody else. Just because when I rewatched the recap, the whole kind of thing you went through was really cool. How you're like having all these visions and freaking out being frightened by the dragon.
Thank you.
Esmeralda seemed to recognize that the dragon was summoned by something Spargle did with the door symbol, and she shouted at him to try to undo it. However, first Spargle had a new trick up his short sleeves. He took a handful of pretty rocks that Juniper gave him earlier and tossed them in the air, energizing them with magic. The glowing rocks surrounded the dragon as if acting independently, slamming into it from all sides. The beast howled in pain and anger as these animated rocks pummeled it, leaving holes in some of its wings and black blood oozing from its hind leg. Spargle ran to the northeast side of the building and spread his arms out in an odd position, but nothing happened. However, the furious dragon rose further into the air and let loose a massive bolt of lightning from its maw as the sound of roaring thunder echoed across the lake. The explosion blasted Alaric, Juniper, Thoradin, and Esmeralda. Half of the group jumped to the side, avoiding some damage, but Juniper and Thoradin took a full blast of electricity. Fortunately for the dwarf, his resistance spell may have saved his life. Juniper wasn't as lucky. As the druid fell to the ground, smoke poured from her ears and her mustache was fried off. The beam of moonlight that was shining through the dragon faded as well. Juniper was dying.
Damn.
And I will take us back to the tower because we are right mid
This is not
combat.
good. This is not good. We've been in some really bad situations. This is not good.
This is not good. I agree.
Spargle, I'm hoping you have a trick up your sleeve. Because I got nothing.
Yeah.
So are we basically like the Cavaliers when it was LeBron and like Monty Williams on the team? not Monty, Mo Williams.
Yeah.
LeBron, just go do some cool stuff. We'll try not to turn the ball over.
The four of us will try to get a rebound.
Spargo, you're LeBron.
Hey man, Mo Williams won a championship with the Cavs.
Oh no, he did. I just was mentioning he was probably the second best player on the team, right?
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
at the time, yeah.
Yeah, at the time, right? For that first team.
Yep.
All right. One thing I have to do, Spargle, is also when the dragon breathed its lightning breath, about half of your animated objects were caught in the blast as well. So they get to each roll a dexterity save, which I think you summon the smaller animated objects, so I think they have a pretty high dex. So I believe an 18 dex gives them +3.
Okay. Okay.
And so the save will be
How many of them?
5 of them. 5 of them will need to make a DC 19 dex save.
DC 19.
Yep.
And they get a +3, you said?
I think so, because they have 18 dex is what I read. So
Yeah,
I think
it
that's
does
a
say
+3
18
modifier.
dex. Okay, I got one. And what was the DC? I'm sorry?
19.
19. Okay, so only 16. Only one of them survived. So 4 of them are down, in other words.
Okay, so 4 of them take 54 damage and 1 takes 27.
Yeah, all 4 are dead.
Okay, but the last one made it.
The last one didn't. Oh, that's right, because it's half damage.
So 27. So 54 to 4 of them and 27 to 1 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how much health
so
they
all
have.
5 are down.
Oh, okay.
They're just like,
Okay, but the 5 that were out of its blast are still floating around him, I assume. Is that what? And they just auto attack.
I did want to surround him somewhat.
Yeah. Okay.
So I intentionally wanted to get like around the body.
Yep.
Some on top, some underneath, whatever.
All right. Well, then let's call it 3 then. If they were perfectly around him, because I would say not half of them, maybe 3 got blasted out of the air then. So you still got 7 of them floating around, and they just go on like auto attack on your initiative unless you use your bonus action to tell them to do something else.
I don't know if do I use a bonus action? It doesn't say. Wait, let me look. No, I think I just command.
I thought they act sort of independently.
They independently, but I can command them to do things. But it doesn't say anything about using a bonus action to do that. Oh no, I lied. I lied. You, as a bonus action, you can do like a different command.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that was the dragon's turn. Just so you guys know, he's about 30 feet up in the air right now. Kind of like floating on the backside of the wagon right where he's at there.
Yeah, I think I used Pythagorean theorem to figure out. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
That's right, you did. That's right. And his blast kind of came right through here and hit all you guys. But he's about whatever that is, 30 or 40 feet from you, Thoradin. Which is why when I rolled that thing with him beating his wings and stuff, even though we rolled the wrong save, it didn't matter because he couldn't hit you from that range. So
The rain, right?
Wait, this is real Spargle over here, up north, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know.
Next to the building.
There we
Yep,
go.
that's it.
I wasn't really moving all the fake ones. We'll see.
Yeah, I moved them off to the side just to remember that you have 3 of them.
Okay.
But they're really just shimmering around you, kind of like in a yeah. You guys are all like kind of next to each other, like mirroring each other's actions and stuff, right?
Like Arnold in Total Recall when he's got the hologram.
Howdy, Quaid.
Never mind.
You like Melina?
All right. So let's see. The dragon did his breath thing, and that's about all he's going to do right now. So Juniper goes down. Esmeralda, by the way, took a pretty heavy blast of that lightning too. She dodged it, but it kind of ripped up the back, and her metal mechanical leg is like sparking a little bit. It's like little sparks are coming out of it and stuff, and she kind of swears as she kind of rolls to the ground. But she looks over and sees Juniper just motionless on the ground, and she gasps, and she comes running over. She looks at Alaric and she goes, "We gotta spread out," and kind of waves him off as she pulls something from her belt, and it's a big vial. So Juniper, roll a 4d4.
Nine.
And we're going to add 4 to that. So she leans over and she kind of lifts up the back of Juniper's head, and she pops the cork out of this potion and pours it down Juniper's throat. And then she tosses it to the ground. And as she's still kind of looking at Alaric, she's like, "I only got 1 more of those. We got to be careful." As she then kind of rolls off to the side, off the side back here, kind of watching Juniper kind of blink her eyes as she kind of lifts her head up. She's still like everything's singed and everything, and you feel like a truck hits you, Juniper. But you blink your eyes awake, and you're spun around now. The dragon's behind you, but you're looking up as you see Esmeralda kind of backstepping a couple feet, making sure you're okay.
Oh, Juniper just kind of like raises her hands up and feels for her mustache and looks very disappointed. So
Yeah,
whose turn is it right now?
that's all Esmeralda can do.
Okay.
So it's Deckard's turn now. I don't know, Deckard or Will, if you're in good shape yet.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. Whenever I unmute on my phone from Discord, it wigs out. So I'm in roll 20.
Oh, good.
Let's see here. So I want to what I'm trying to figure out is what motion or dance was it that Spargle did to activate this?
Spargle, can you please do it again if you don't mind?
So Spargle has ran around the tower, and you maybe saw him go to the one side of the tower and put his arms in different positions, literally like YMCA.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's been doing that. He's scurrying around. But it was when he stood directly in front of the door. Now there's electricity arcing out from the building. The whole building has just got like electricity, like a field around it.
Yeah.
Ever since, Thornton grabbed it and got blasted back, and then Juniper ran back up. And it was when Juniper ran up that second time. And the building, I didn't mention this before, but the building itself kind of shook a little bit when that happened. But it was when Spargle was standing in front of that arcing door, and he did a certain symbol, that this dragon suddenly just materialized, like Nightcrawler style, just appeared.
Got it. And when Juniper approached the building, it shocked her?
Yes.
You said? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because initially I went to turn there was a plate on the door, Will, if you remember, and it shocked me, and then Amber was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking touch it anyway too and see what happens." She touched it, and then she got zapped. So it was just
Got it.
not-
Wait,
Yeah,
did she get
yeah,
zapped by
content.
it for approaching it, or because she touched it?
For approaching it.
For
Okay.
approaching it, yeah, I think I was gonna.
Roughly, where was Spargle standing when he did his motion in front of the door? Was he standing in an area that it looked like Juniper got shocked from?
No, not necessarily. Like, you could assume that you could. Now the electricity's like thick enough that you can tell where the line is that you would get shocked.
Yep. Okay. And did you give us something that showed us? Why do I
there's
remember
a good,
seeing,
there's a good handout, Will. If you go to chapter 11 on the handouts, handout
Yep.
tower door, it's
There
like a
we go.
rune that. Okay.
Got it. There we go. I remember there was this thing here. Okay. And so of these motions, which one did you do, Spargle?
Here, let me. Well, I did like two or three of them here, but it didn't register until I did the one in front of the door. Now, I started at like. I put the image also. You got the image, Will? I threw it in.
Yep.
Okay, so I went to like I guess that would be like 11 o'clock and did
Yep.
this, and nothing happened. But I went to the front of the door and I did this, and that's when it started going cuckoo crazy.
All right, so you did the 11 o'clock one.
I did, but it didn't seem to
front of the
register.
door.
It like basically the one that registered was started on the second position. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Well, just on the clock, which one?
South, right?
south.
6 o'clock.
South
o'clock.
is basically where the I was basically trying to image maybe the tower, the circle represented the tower.
Got
I
it.
don't think it does.
So at 6, you did the 6 o'clock motion in front of the door.
correct.
Okay,
And that-
you didn't. Okay,
That's when our dragon came along and said,
and did anything happen on the door when he did that, Dan? Like, did anything light up? Did anything glow? Like, is that image glowing right now? Or anything?
Now it's not really. I mean, the whole place is surrounded in an electrical field, but
Got
the plaque looks kind of the same as it did, or
Got
as
it.
it does in.
when I did the
So-
second position, Dan, didn't it pulse? Wasn't there like a pulse of light when I did the second one?
You mean when the right as the dragon kind of spawned?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. Might regret this, but so here's what I'm thinking, guys. On this image here, I was looking at this over the week. I was like, I couldn't remember where to get it. And if you like, I'm wondering if like each thing is pointing to the other. So I'm wondering if you start at 11, then do the second, then you do 6 o'clock, then you do midnight, then
Yeah.
you do.
Didn't we try that?
No,
In front of the
that's what
door.
I was talking about, like I should have done those in front of the door
Yeah.
instead of running around. And
So I'm wondering if I go over here. So Dan, I move right here. Does anything
Okay.
happen?
Nope, you're okay where you're at.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming you're standing back from the electrical field.
Yes.
Uh huh.
And I might
You got
regret
your
this.
camera?
What's that?
You have a camera?
Yeah. On my phone?
No, I mean I don't know. Oh, you're on your phone still?
Yeah, I'm about to hop over into Discord, but it was my turn, so I jumped on here. I didn't want to hold anything up.
Okay.
Do you want here? Hang on.
Hi.
So let's see here.
dance, William, dance.
So I'm gonna do. Can I zoom in on this?
Is that a Bob shirt?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the
Oh, we got a
Y.
blue sky.
Yep. This is yeah. I'm gonna do the Y.
Okay.
I'm doing 11 o'clock in front of the door.
All right. So since we're mid combat, I hate
If
to
that-
do this.
If it's an action, that's fine.
So this will be an action, but I'll let you get through 6 of the symbols.
Okay.
Because it'll be about, you need to do about, each one's about a second.
Got
so,
it. Okay.
So
So
show me what, so I'm
Okay,
not
no.
getting, so nothing happens. This is
Never a dull
this is
moment.
exactly why I wanted
Never
this
a
part.
fucking dull
happen.
moment.
All right.
Oh no!
Oh my god,
So-
I can't.
So,
Screen cap this.
Deckard, Lil Nas X starts playing the Cowboy song, whatever that is, and he's like, so he goes here. Hang on, I'm too far away. Here,
Yep.
here. Wide. I just did 11, 6, and midnight, and then I do. Two
Uh-huh.
o'clock,
Uh-huh.
and then I do 4 o'clock. Or
Uh-huh.
5 o'clock. And then I do 2 o'clock,
Got it.
and
Okay.
then is that all? That's 6.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. All right. All right.
Okay.
So all right. Good. Okay. So you run up and you do those 6 motions.
Yep.
And nothing happens, but the electricity around the building Deckard, Juniper, Thoradin, you guys notice it's subtle, but you three specifically notice that the electricity field seems to be dulling or weakening. In conjunction with the motions that Deckard's going through. But that was a lot for you to do in 6 seconds, so that you're there. So that's where it's at.
Okay, yeah, but he does get an extra motion in, and he finishes it with like a Michael Jackson that thing.
When you do that, a second blue dragon forms.
Tiamat comes.
All right, very good. So you guys see Deckard run over to the door and start dancing around in front of it, and a couple of you do notice that the electrical field starts to dim. The blue dragon pulls its head back. He was kind of looking down at Thoradin, who was like taunting it, and Esmeralda and Juniper, and kind of focused there. But now it's its head kind of snakes back. It looks up over at Deckard as it kind of flaps it pulls its wings up and snarls. Thoradin, it's your turn.
So Thoradin turns to Deckard and he says, "Cowboy, I think what you're doing is working. The electricity seems weaker." So with that, I jump off of the wagon and I run towards Juniper. And I kneel down towards her and I say, "Oh, my little forest gnome friend, what did they do to you? You don't look so good. But without that mustache, you look better than you ever did."
Ew.
Yeah. So then I take out my hand and I touch your forehead, and I don't ask for permission.
Oh, some people don't like to be touched.
And this is terrible, especially with Bill Cosby just getting out. Not good.
No.
Not good. So I gently I put my hand on your forehead and I close my eyes and I mutter some things, and a golden light surrounds my hand, and I cast Lay on Hands on you for 25 points.
Ooh.
What do you mutter, Matt?
It's very secret, top secret. We don't share it. We don't tell
All right.
people. It's very
That's
secret.
fair enough. That's fair.
25
All right, so
points.
Juniper heals for 25. Very nice.
Maybe some of my
Um,
facial hair grows back a little bit. Huh?
hopefully
No.
not. Hopefully not.
I don't know how that works. We'll have to check into that
Maybe
roll.
even like a 5 o'clock shadow or
You gotta
something.
get
Do I
Little
also
stubble.
do I have enough action left to drink a potion?
No, it takes an action to drink a potion yourself.
What about to hand a potion to somebody?
You can hand someone something. You can't administer it. To drink or administer a potion's a full action, but you could, if someone's right next to you, you could hand them using an interaction. You can.
All right, so I hand Juniper one of my invulnerability potions, and I say, "Here, little one, in case things get hairy again, make sure to drink this."
Nice.
And I give her one of the potions.
She's like, when my mustache grows back?
Yeah, she's like, "Wait, what?" She don't. I'm sorry, I can't tell you what your reaction is, but I do give you the potion.
Well,
Very
Juniper
nice.
looks grateful.
Well, I'll take the little X off of you, Juniper.
So she looks grateful, but she doesn't say thank you or anything. Got it. Okay, cool. That's good. Nice.
All right.
People don't say thank you. Not good.
Okay, Alaric, it's your turn. I'm gonna grab a drink too while you tell me what you're doing.
Okay, so you said the dragon's 30 feet in the air?
Yes.
So what exactly are we talking about, like, height-wise with the wagon and the overall state of it after the lightning breath? Like, am I able to get on top of the wagon? Does that get me even close?
You could do like a leap from the wagon.
Yeah, that's why
bury
I don't know how tall the wagon is, so I don't know like how much time it's gonna take me to get on top of it, or even if it's even possible. I don't know. Just trying to figure out ways I can get close.
You could do like a Drax and leap into its mouth.
Yes.
Built from the inside.
Hey Siri, what's the square root of 1800?
What? Yeah.
The dragon
you...
is 42 feet high. Sorry, just so you know, it's 42 feet, Dan, for your calculations.
Thank you. You're better than Roll20. Yeah, I don't know. You could get on. You could use your movement and maybe a quick athletics check to jump on top of the wagon, but you'll be pretty far out of its range.
So so how tall is the wagon?
Like 8 feet, maybe.
Yeah, it's a standard Conestoga wagon, probably 8 feet.
I just never realized how big the range is, how big the melee range is for a spear.
Oh, it's got a reach on it?
Yeah,
Like,
it's got a 20-yard melee range.
Wow.
20. I didn't mean 20 yards. I meant 20 feet. Whereas like most melees, like 5 to 10 feet or whatever.
yeah,
I was just
that's
curious
that's
if I could get
impressive.
to. All right.
That's a big spear you got there, buddy.
Yeah, it is. Oh shit.
Yeah, shit.
$5 feet. I could actually. Okay, I could. I don't know. I don't even have to double move. These are only 5. These are 1 square.
5 foot
feet.
squares.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm gonna move over to Spargle, and I'm gonna cast Bolstering Magic.
Okay.
That makes sense, right? That's more than that's less than my movement, and then I don't. Bolstering Magic is just considered. Is that an action? I would assume. It doesn't
Let's
really
see.
say.
You can touch one
I've only used it a
creature,
few
and
times.
for 10 minutes, the creature can roll a d. Yep. So it's as an action, you can touch one creature. Yeah, actually, if you click on it, it kind of tells you more than it does just on your sheet.
Okay,
click in it.
one. Yep, right. One action. Okay, that's fine. So I did my movement. That'll be an action. I have a bonus action left. Okay, so I'm gonna make my way over to Spargle, and I'm just gonna kind of place my hand on his shoulder, and you'll see Alaric kind of like lift his head, like point his eyes to the sky, and you'll see like not a lot. It's not real involved, but you'll see some kind of like blood tendrils flowing throughout his arms and legs and stuff like that. And
But wait, I gotta cut you off.
why?
I can't tell you why, but you do that, and the blood tendrils that you expect to come up out of the ground just don't. So you go through the motions, you try to do the thing, and it's just like nothing happens.
Oh,
So you have to consume. You have to consume the action, but it did not work. It seems to have just fizzled.
What was that anyway? What does that do?
I was gonna be able to roll and restore a magic slot for you. A spell slot, rather.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It is really cool. I mean, you've given a wizard a spell back, and I'm sorry, but it just didn't work.
Okay, so
Which is super. I mean, that to you, that's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, it should have worked.
So, I think Alaric would be a little frustrated with what had just happened. So he's gonna try again. Not that again, because of course I don't have an action. But I'm gonna try to use my rage. So it'd be kind of a similar thing, because that's just a bonus action for me to do that. So I'm just gonna enable my rage, or try to.
And that works. That, I mean,
Okay.
nothing. I mean, so after your magic ability that you try to use doesn't happen, you just immediately snap, Hulk style, just pissed off and just.
Okay.
So now you snap into a rage.
Okay, let me roll this real quick, just so we know.
Are you rolling for Wild Surge?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to. Shoot, keep forgetting that I have to. Oh no.
Well, let me just tell you before you waste too much time. You go into a rage, and you expect, as you have the last few times you went into a rage, something, your blood magic to sort of emanate or to enact. But that also doesn't happen. You go into your rage, but the other stuff that's been happening to you just doesn't seem to happen.
Okay. That's it for me then.
Sorry.
No problem.
That's it for me.
Yes.
Juniper, it's your turn.
All right, so Juniper is going to leap into the air and sprout some wings and turn into a giant vulture.
Oh.
And that is her action.
So this is, what are you doing? Wild shape?
Oh,
or-
wild shape. Yeah, I'm gonna wild
Okay.
shape, and I'll put the giant vulture stuff in. General. There. Alright, so she has 10 feet or 60 feet of flying movement. So. Alright. Gonna fly towards the dragon. And that's it for her turn.
Let's see. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I don't know if you can you move it now?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Okay, and
How
so
big is
you,
the vulture?
it's as big as it looks there. So let me see.
And it picked someone up.
The hit points, I think, are 3d10 plus 6.
Yeah, I'm going to use the standard hit points that it shows in the monster manual, unless you want to roll for them just to speed it
No.
up. But it's
No, that's
22
fine.
hit points.
22 works.
Okay. And let's see. So you can fly 60 feet. What else? What did you ask, Ragnar?
And it picked somebody up.
It is a large beast. I think with 15 strength, could pick up. Yes.
Could I pick up like a dwarf, maybe? Nice.
If
Yes.
the dwarf wants to be picked up.
Yeah, or the gnome, you know.
Yeah, I would say if
Whichever.
it was someone willing to be picked up, yes. Otherwise, you'd need to make like a grapple check or something. So, 30 weight is 30 times your strength score, so 450 pounds. Yeah, you could definitely pick pretty much any of the group up here.
Excellent.
And so you take the vulture to what are you doing with it?
Okay, so after I turn into a vulture, is it going to be another action to pick someone up and fly? Or...
Yeah, not to
Okay.
fly. You can move still, but to pick somebody up and then move, I think would be an action.
Okay, so what if I just pick somebody up?
You could do that.
Okay. Does anybody want to hop aboard the vulture? Thoradin, it looks like Deckard, and I don't know if Ragnar is within.
So it's Ragnar's turn next. So without getting into too much of the logistics about it, I would let you and Ragnar sort of intertwine your turns, meaning you would kind of hold the rest of your action till Ragnar were to come over to you. If that's what you guys want to do, we can. I think it would make sense that Ragnar could grab Ragnar. He could jump on your back, whatever you want to do, and you could move. The only thing then is that would be sort of Ragnar's turn.
I'll take up my whole turn. So Ragnar sees the bird, and he's really pissed off at this dragon. So he starts running over towards the bird, going like this. And like tries to like get up towards its talons. And I just yell out, "Somebody's got to distract this blue piece of garbage while they do the stupid dance moves." Looks like that's us, bird.
Ah,
Do you hop on the bird, or
Yeah, make it as easy for her to grab me.
yeah, Juniper kind of like squats down as the bird and lowers herself so that, to battle, buddy.
all right? So you can do that, and then I'd also say you can.
Move a little bit out of the way of everybody, so we're not in the AOE.
Yeah, Juniper, you can move your 60 feet or whatever you want to move.
Move out of the way, so we
Okay,
don't
let's
draw
see.
fire to everyone else.
Yeah, so let's see. Let me get the thing back. Yeah, so we can go right up there.
Yeah, you can get right in its face if that's what you want to do.
Well, maybe not like in the lightning shooting parts of the face, but
Get on a different line so that he'd have to attack us in one line and not be able to attack them.
like that.
Kind of
Excellent.
flank it a little bit.
Just
All right.
wait his attack on us.
Nice. I love it. All right. So Juniper jumps up in the air and just turns into this giant vulture, almost the size of the wagon, half the size of the wagon at least. As Ragnar runs over and says, "It's up to us to distract it," and leaps, kind of like grabs it around the neck and jumps on the back as it swoops up towards the sort of bottom flank side of the dragon.
So, am I on her back?
Yeah.
Okay, like riding. Okay.
Yeah, and
So-
and you tell me, are you up in the air at its level then? I mean, you can be if you want. You can be 30, 40 feet up in the air at level with it.
Yeah, I'd be at level with it.
Okay.
Let's beat red his face. So Ragnar just stands on the bird's back and just starts beating his sword on his shield like this,
Oh
and
my
he just screams at the dragon. "I haven't seen a poorer excuse for a dragon in all me travels."
Go ahead and make
boy.
an intimidation check.
Oh, not good.
God.
All right. The dragon looks over at you. It was and it starts to like kind of gnash its teeth a little bit, or kind of show its teeth, but then it immediately snaps its gaze back at Deckard.
Oh boy. Cowboy.
And almost and just kind of like its body moves, shifts, and almost doesn't care that you guys are there, as it's looking still kind of line of sight on Deckard. I think that's it for Juniper and Ragnar, so it would be Spargle's turn next.
Okay. When Juniper turned into the giant vulture and looked like she was going to swoop somebody up, 4 images of Spargle like just started bouncing up and down, like super excited. And then they realized how far away they were, and that Ragnar was getting picked up, so they look a little disappointed.
Spargle wanted to go on a birdie ride.
Yeah. But then when he heard Ragnar's challenged, and he got excited again. So, okay, so he's gonna run this way, and actually, like right there. Okay, so here's what I'm looking to do, and tell me what I'm like in my area here. What I want to do is take, get like right before Deckard here, and almost like earthbending here, but I want to do stone shape. I want to bring a wall up to shield Deckard between him and the dragon, basically.
Okay. So you're gonna. Let me see that. So that is
Just
stone
provide
shape.
cover for.
Right. Uses an action. You touch a stone object. You touch a stone object of medium size or smaller, or a section of stone more than. All right, so there's not a big stone on the ground. This is like a marshy area. You could reach in and touch the wall of the tower, but that is you would be putting your arm through the electrical field.
Right, so I'd get a shock, but I could touch it still and maybe bring it out and get hurt, but protect Deckard. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. So
Orange hair goes everywhere.
Sorry, I forget the roll here. Hold on 1 second. All right. You're not wearing metal armor, right?
No.
Okay, you need to make a DC 15 deck save.
+2, because you're in my aura of protection.
Very good.
Hey, I didn't count the 2, so 24.
Wow. Very nice. How do I roll? I guess I can't, as a DM, I can't just roll into D20, huh? I have to do it on somebody's sheet. Well, I'll do it on
You can do it
Sparkle's
in the
sheet.
lower left corner.
I can do it off a monster's sheet, but
Really?
okay. Anyhow, all right. So you saved. So you're going to take half of 4d10.
Damn.
So 12 damage. 12 lightning damage.
Who's taking that?
Sparkle.
That was weird. It just
So you
randomly
put your
signed
arm
out.
in there to touch the wall. You're able to kind of dodge some of the arcs of electricity, but it still zaps you pretty good. And then you cast the spell. Stone shape. Let's see. So it's one action, instantaneous. So you reach in and you touch the wall and you say the magic words, and nothing happens.
Oh shit.
And that's super weird to you. You're a well-trained wizard at this point, and this has never happened to you before. That's what all the guys say, but
Oh boy.
really, this has never happened before.
That's too close to home. Alright, so let's keep moving.
I must be tired.
I drank too much.
Work is really stressful.
I ate too much cheese.
It happens to everybody.
So Sparkle, I can't explain any more than that, except that you don't have any explanation for why that happened. I don't know that there's anything else you can do right now.
No, I don't think so. Other than Earth and Gnomish.
Alright, so what did Deckard do by dancing in front of that door?
Well, he danced in front of the door so far, but
Wait, Dan, can I do one thing though? Actually,
Sure. Yep.
Since nothing happened at least, and I don't know if it'll make it much of a difference. And that since that didn't work, I'm only going to use my last bit of movement and go back one.
Okay. All right, that's good. So it is the dragon's turn now.
Didn't you say that the dragon made a movement, or like a snarl or something when Deckard did the dancing, right?
Yes. He seemed to be.
The electricity got weaker.
Interest.
I'm
Right,
sorry, Dan.
right.
The electricity
Yep.
got weaker. We noticed, and the dragon, he became a slight. What I took away was the dragon became slightly less aggressive when that happened. More, it pulled back a little bit. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's right. Okay, first, so it is the dragon's turn. Now, I believe all of you have rolled a successful save against its frightful presence, or were frightened by it and sense snapped out of it. Is that correct? Okay.
I know I have.
So, a little bit behind the scenes, that means you're all immune to its frightening presence for now, for a good period of time. So that's a good thing for you guys. However, it comes just barreling down towards the three of you.
Oh.
Kind of gets right down in the middle. It is going to literally try to attack all three of you at once.
That's a hit.
As it comes through. It comes through, and first it rakes its claws across Thoradin with a claw.
Hey,
20
oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. No.
Does a 29 hit?
What were you gonna say, Will?
You know what? I'm not going to meta it because I heard you say it. So I'm not going to meta this because this isn't going to make a difference, I don't think. But
Tell me what you're thinking.
I wanted to use my Blood Curse of the Eyeless, which. So another real quick, Dan. I got your note in Discord. I didn't see it till tonight about the character sheet versus the handbook.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't realize they'd changed the Blood Hunter, and I was like this archived version of the Blood Hunter.
Right. So
I
you
changed
almost
it.
need to.
I just did it all. So
You were able to change it without
did.
recreating your character?
I kind of had to, but I just memorized what it all was and just redid it real quick.
Nice. No, it looks great now. Okay.
So now all that stuff should be accurate. So I'm going to use my Blood Curse of the Eyeless. So when a creature...
Fine, it's a reaction when they make an attack roll, so I think that's fair to use.
Yeah. Well, I heard you say 24, so...
No, that's okay.
I don't know that this is going to help, but I'm going to do it anyway. But actually, I'm going to... So, I can't remember... what it means.
I didn't say 24 either, so...
Oh, I thought you did.
I said 20-something, so there you go.
Real quick, hang on. What is amplify? Hang on.
I don't know. Amplify means you can use it. You can continue to you can pulse it more than once.
Right, but it
huge.
hurts me. Hang on. Sorry, I should have known this ahead of time. I think I have to take some damage if I amplify it. I have to do something.
And Matt Mercer.
Yeah, I can choose to amplify the curse by losing a number of hit points equal to a roll of my Hemocraft die. So, what I'm going to do here then... So how about this? I'm going to roll 1 Hemocraft die, and I'll take that amount of damage, and that's what will reduce their hit by. Their attack roll. So I'll roll 1d6.
And that's a one-time thing, or that's the amplify then?
So yeah, I can choose. So I'm choosing to amplify.
So you can keep rolling that and amplify and affect each attack, like a pulse. Okay.
Exactly. So I guess for like this first one, I'll just take. Yeah. So I'll take the damage. I can roll 2d6. So I have to roll a Hemocraft die, which is a d6 for the damage that I take, and then I roll 1 for each time he attacks to reduce it by that amount. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So here, the first d6 I'm rolling right now, this will be for the damage that I take to amplify it. Of course. So I take 6 damage. So that's the cost to me to amplify this. And then naturally this is going to be a 1 because this is what I'm going to roll to reduce his hit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's just like a high risk, high reward. It's just you're trying to. You're saying, I'm willing to take more damage, but I'm going to try to make it so he doesn't hit. That's all you're trying to do.
Exactly. So his attack roll is reduced by 5. For this hit. And then until the end of his turn, I get to roll a dice every time he attacks to reduce by that amount I roll on the d6. Is that how you're reading it, Dan?
It is how I'm reading it, but I don't want to burst your bubble.
I knew it.
Well, hold on 1 second.
None of this is going to work.
Well, it's cool, and it would have worked, but there's a thing in there. So I guess the idea of this is you're basically like blinding it with blood in its eyes, kind of. Mm-hmm. And it says somewhere in there this doesn't affect a creature that's immune to blindness. And I'll let you know.
In the curse description?
Yeah, in the curse description it says this creature is immune if it is immune to blindness, and I'll let you behind the DM screen here.
Okay.
These dragons happen to have blind sight.
Got it. Okay.
It's worth. So it was a cool. It's a cool ability and cool idea. Also, I don't know that it would have mattered because he rolled a 25, so it reduced it down to 20. Does a 20 hit, Thornton?
Yeah, 20 hit.
Okay, but still, very cool.
Don't we have the added AC? Don't we have the added AC, Matt?
Yeah, but that only brings it to 19.
Hey, Dan, one quick thing, real quick. We didn't do the animate objects attack. I doubt it'll kill this thing before any of this happened, but
okay, yeah. Let me do this attack, and then we'll do those, and then we'll finish it up. So 7 + 7, 14 slashing damage to you, Thoradin.
Got it.
All right, and then before it makes its other 2 attacks, let's go ahead and roll those. Punch. So you have 7 of them. I guess technically speaking, they would have gotten an attack of opportunity because the dragon moved out of their range.
True. So they should have attacked during my turn.
Yeah, I'd say either way. Just let's roll the 7 attacks.
What do I need to? What do I need to? Is it okay to tell me the AC? I'm just trying to.
19.
19. Okay.
You rolling physical dice or using?
Physical. And it's +8 to. You said 19.
Yeah.
So basically 11 or above. So only 3 missed, and I had 1 crit. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And +16. 27, and then what do I do for the crit? One more. D4.
Roll another d4.
28.
28. All right. So as the dragon's swooping down and going to slash at Thoradin, the rocks that are hovering around it that now seem to have a life of their own, pummel the hell out of this thing again.
Does that mean that they get a second attack because it moves?
Yes, they would have gotten attack of opportunity, and they get another. Yeah, they get another attack.
Okay. All right, this time only 2 hit.
I'm sorry, what was the damage that you just did was...
First time was 28.
28, okay.
And so 3 plus 8, 9, 10, 11. Another 11 damage on top of the 28.
It was 3 plus 8? Right. So as these glowing rocks that just won't leave this thing alone, it's just like swarming around this enormous dragon, just keep pelting and going through the flesh of its wings, and it's sticking in between its scales and stuff. It's howling and getting angrier and angrier, but it's getting pretty beat up by those. It comes through then and swipes at Thoradin, and then takes another swipe with its right hand as it's coming through at you, Spargle. Are you doing anything?
I'm gonna do shield.
Is that something you do
It's a
after I tell you if it hits or not? You can decide.
It's
a 20.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
can decide
26. You had a 26 to hit,
that's gonna hit still.
so you wouldn't want to waste it then.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna use it. I don't know if you have to. If this is one of those you take when you are hit. Yeah, you're right. So I'm not gonna use it. I was
Right. I think that one different than the one Will just tried. Yours is you get to decide after you get hit or not. So,
Right.
14 damage, slashing.
Okay.
And then, as it kind of comes through and it slashes at Thoradin and Spargle, it opens its mouth at you, Deckard, and just tries to wrap its claws around, or wrap its mouth around you.
Oh god.
Oh god,
14 to hit.
that does not hit.
All right. Because all these rocks are hitting it, and it hit the two little guys on the way through, it doesn't quite get all the way to you, and its mouth clamps down sort of right in front of you as you just kind of do one of these moves. You're still doing all this shit, and you just whoop, and just kind of move out of the way of the dragon and face the door again.
Shit, I'm what? I'm dance fighting.
You're like in Equilibrium.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's a good movie. I should watch that.
Is that with Sean Bean? That's the one with Christian Bale and Sean Bean?
Christian Bale, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tay Diggs.
And they burn the books, right? That's when they burn the books?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right, Ponch. Let's do that.
No.
Just to be
I
fair.
already retroed my animate objects. I should have said that up front.
There's a lot going on, and I forgot. Sparkle's got mirror image, so let's hold the damage that you took, Sparkle. Go ahead and roll your die to see which one of you he hit. And so everybody knows when someone's attacking somebody with the mirror image, they don't know which one's the real one and which one's the mirror image. So the dragon would have struck out at one of the Sparkles.
Yeah.
And so we're going to just roll and see if he hit the right one and took the damage, or if he didn't. And
All right, I rolled a 5. What does that mean? So it hits me anyway. That's good. Because, I mean, I just messaged you and said, let's not bother. Because
I know, but I wanted to play it right. So you had to roll with.
I had to roll a 6 or higher for it to be a duplicate, basically, right?
Okay,
And so
okay.
I rolled a 5, and so
Yeah.
that means that would hit me anyway.
All right, no harm, no fall.
Yep.
All right. So you still have 3 mirror images there. All right. So Esmeralda sees all this going on. She had kind of dipped back. The dragon is now up in like everybody's face here, and she's kind of a little freaked out herself.
I can hear I'm going to grab a beer.
She's gonna shoot a firebolt at the creature from where she's at. She's just gonna she can shoot it right over Thoradin's head here. I think that might hit. Let's see, 13. Oh, that's a 19. So she hits with her firebolt.
That's all, man. I mean, whatever you want to do, son.
All right. So she launches a firebolt at this thing, and it right after it sort of misses the snapping its mouth at Deckard, and it hits it right underneath the chin and kind of knocks its head up in the air as he snarls. These little rocks are flying around him. He didn't get to bite into Deckard like he wanted to, and now he got blasted in the face by this firebolt. So he's really pissed off, and he's kind of looking a little beat up. Deckard, it's your turn.
All right, so Deckard has just he's been dodging bullets and attacks, and he's just dancing away. So where is? Gotta pull up my handout again. So, all right, where did I end last time? Did I end at?
I'm not gonna tell you. And you can't ask anybody else. I just need to show me what the next motion you're making is.
Yep. So, next motion is this. Legs spread.
Okay.
And then this.
When you do this, all the electricity around the building suddenly blinks off like somebody flipped off a switch. And the dragon, who's literally breathing on your neck, like its teeth, you can feel its breathing and its saliva. It's so close to you. It just missed you. It growls and it says no as it just shimmers out of existence.
Sweet.
Thank God that fucking guy's gone.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's it for the dragon. It just disappears, as does all the electricity around the building, and you hear the front door go click as it sways a couple inches open.
It looks
Alright.
like that door can accommodate maybe a giant vulture.
All right, that's good.
Bet y'all didn't know I had them moves. That's how we used to do it back in Amphail, back at the old saloon there. And we.
So
I could-
Ragnar looks really sad and just says, I really wanted to jump on his back.
I'm sorry, man. There will be some more dragons down the road
Next time.
that you can jump on.
Next time, baby.
I gotta take it.
That thing's gone. I really did want to see the Vulture Ragnar, combo.
I was leaping off this vulture next turn. That's what I was doing.
I will say it was probably a toss of a coin if you guys could win that fight based on the challenge rating and everything, but you did have it well under half health.
Oh, wow.
So you guys did really well. And it kind of had blown a lot of its big ability type of things, but
I think if we were all in on attacking it, we probably could have took it down, but I think we were a bit unsure of what was really going on if it was like way above our level.
I inflicted
Yeah,
0
if we would have
damage.
concerted effort on killing it.
Right,
We
yeah,
could've.
like when Alaric hit it and it was like 0, that's when I was like, alright, like, this isn't good.
hey, I'm gonna grab a drink and hit the restroom. So if you guys want to take like a 5-minute,
Alright,
break.
I'm gonna hit a drink.
Yeah.
Adam, I almost wore that shirt tonight. That would have been cool.
What's that?
I almost wore that shirt tonight.
Me?
The one you're wearing, yeah.
It's a good one.
I wish I had now.
Which one of y'all kicked me?
All right, I'm gonna go get a drink.
I guess I'll play Mario Golf while I'm waiting. Shit. Oh, right in the fucking bunker.
have you tried the motion control on it?
No, I'm past that stage in my life, but your kids probably like that shit. But this game, I love it. This is so much fun.
What mode do you play the most?
Honestly, regular golf. This shit is so relaxing for me. I could play this for 7 hours and just get lost. I actually want to start playing golf because of this game.
That's the one that appeals to me the most. The racing around and battle golf and stuff is silly, but
Well, you know what? It is silly, but it's actually stupid fun. But I couldn't do that all the time. It's just too intense.
yeah, kids and all 4 of us played it one night. We just did the regular golf. It was fun.
That's nice. They probably love this shit.
So sad. I have a fish that's dying.
How do you know it's dying?
He's laying on the bottom of the tank, just breathing.
Oh yeah, he's probably not doing so good.
But he's old, and there's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with the tank. He's just dying, but he's not dead. So I can't like flush him. I just kind of let him die in peace, you know. But it's so sad to just watch this thing die.
But what are your fish?
Uh-huh. It's a beta fish, and he's like 4 years old. They usually only last till like 3 when they're in captivity.
Yeah.
But I'm like, should I put him out of his misery and just flush him? But he's still alive. I'm like, just let him, peacefully drift to sleep, I guess.
Yeah. I can't imagine getting flushed down a toilet would be like a lot of fun.
Last experience of your life is getting flushed down a toilet.
Right.
It's worse, right?
What, babe?
There's worse, right?
Well, it's always worse.
True.
I'm struggling to think of any, but there's worse.
Yeah, I don't know if this is terrible, but if there's like an instant death method means
You know what? But even if you get your head cut off, you're still alive for like a little bit after that. So like, what's?
Well, I think
would-
the dream is going in your sleep, right?
Right.
I want to get shot into a black hole.
What? You want to get spaghetti-fied?
Yeah.
Ew.
First of all, we don't know. Oh,
It's like,
fuck! We don't know that that's what actually happens
It
to a
could be
human.
5D space designed for us to interpret.
We know that that's what happens to matter, right? But maybe humans, that's not what happens to humans. Maybe it sends us to the fourth dimension.
Do we know even that the thing you said about the head?
Yeah.
We know. I know they said that there's stuff where they can see like images, basically in the back of the retina or whatever. Like things are still like registered from images and stuff like that. But do we know that there's any actual awareness?
Well, there's like when the French used to execute people, they would like ask the head questions and they would like blink for like answers, and they would blink.
Seriously? Like guillotine, they would be like, "Damn."
Yeah.
Oh.
Nuclear bomb like right at the epicenter, so I would just melt. It like instantly, or
Disintegrate
black hole.
within a
Just
nanosecond.
fucking disintegrate.
Yeah.
Like Terminator 2, and she's fucking banging on the fucking cage, and then she just,
I mean, I guess if you were looking for a quick and painless death for a fish, the best solution would be to fill a Ziploc baggie with water and then place that baggie into the freezer.
Oh my god, that's not what?
Right? It would freeze it so that it would like slowly get tired and it would sleep and then it wouldn't ever
Wait,
wake up. Right?
hold the fuck on. If I put you in a bag and then dropped you on Pluto, what do you think? That would just be, oh, I'm falling asleep?
Maybe, but like maybe if you took me and put me in a bag and dropped me on a DiGiorno, I'd feel a little different.
I mean, not to be grim, but I mean, wouldn't like a heel smash do it quick?
Oh god.
Probably a curb stomp, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Bullet to the
What?
brain, something like that.
Yeah.
What's the fish's name?
the hell is its name?
Hydrox?
The kids would know. I don't
Hey,
remember.
Colin, the fish that's about to die, what's its name?
Yeah, the funny thing is my kids could give a shit. I'm like, oh, you see, the fish is not doing well. He's probably going to go in the next couple of days. They're like, yeah, okay, what's for dinner?
Yeah, you're trying to like do like a life lesson.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh, I almost got a albatross. Wow, that's crazy.
I got a double eagle in real life once in my life.
So would you get two and on a 5, 2 strokes
Yep.
on a par 5? Yeah. That's,
Yep.
That's
Did you
impressive.
really?
Yeah, it was years ago in Richmond, Indiana, at this shitty little course, and I hooked the drive, so I was way out on the next fairway, and it was a sharp dog leg left, and I hit a 3-wood to the green, and just by a crazy fluke of luck or whatever, it bounced up on the green and into the cup.
Dude, that's basically a hole in one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was probably longer than a normal par 3 hole in one.
Yeah, an albatross double eagle is like a triple in baseball. It's like you're more likely to hit a double or a home run. You don't really see that too often.
And I had a bloody hand while I did it because it was when I did this. I don't know if you could see that mark on my hand. That
What
black
is that?
mark. I was pulling my golf clubs out of my trunk that night, and a ball fell out of my bag, and it was bouncing underneath my car. And I went to grab the ball as it was bouncing under my car, and I jammed my finger into my tailpipe. And the tailpipe, sharp edge of the tailpipe,
Literally.
cut right through my hand, and the carbon that was around the tailpipe basically tattooed my finger.
I could picture that.
So wait, that's not something that happened recently?
No.
This happened in like 90.
Oh my god.
You
Dan,
still have
Dan's
that
had a
like.
Nike check on his knuckle since I was like 10.
Yeah, do you still have that pencil lead too? Remember?
Yeah, and I don't know if that. Well, you see that tiny little black dot right
Yep.
there.
Yep,
That's
I got one of those.
that's pencil lead from like grade school.
Yep.
It's probably actual lead. It's probably slowly working its way down my fucking veins to my heart and giving me lead poisoning.
Oh, don't worry. You got enough alcohol in those veins. It's scaring it away.
Yes. All right. So this dragon, Deckard does this crazy ass dance as this fight's going on, and this dragon just blinks out of existence. The dark tower falls silent of all the electricity. Everybody's just sort of standing around. I'd say, Spargle, a minute has passed, so your mirror images sort of fade away. Juniper, you're still a vulture if you'd like to be, and Ragnar, you're still riding on her. But what would everyone like to do? Sorry.
Deckard
No.
opens the door.
All right. So you push that door open
Wait.
and roll for initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Wait, can I stop Deckard before he fully opens it?
If you see me, okay, so yes, Thoradin, you see me motioning. You see me about to open the door.
All right, I see Dan revealed stuff already, so I don't know if it's too late for backsies, but
what were you trying to do?
I was gonna say, oh, hold on, cowboy. Let's wait until we regroup. We don't know what lurks inside these mystical walls.
It
I'll
can't be
say-
worse than that damn dragon.
It could be another dragon. We don't know. But
I'll
it's
say
up to him.
You were
It's up to
saying
him.
that as he pushed the door open.
Fair.
So the
That's fair.
door swung open. Thoradin says that, but Deckard, you get at least a good look into the room. I do have to reveal something else, though. That is not showing up here for some reason.
Tomorrow's July, right? Yeah, tomorrow's July 1st.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, sand people. I hate them.
The flagstone floor is strewn with debris, and a few old crates stand near the east wall. A torn curtain to the south partially obscures the tower vestibule, which you can see through. It's kind of open now. A 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the rotted wooden ceiling. Standing next to the chains are 4 tall clay statues.
Okay, so when we originally approached the tower, you said that it was kind of in disrepair, and further up there was kind of a hole or opening in the wall.
Yep.
Can Juniper fly Ragnar up to there and just have him look in to see if her old mentor is up there?
Yes.
Okay. That's what she's gonna do.
So you gauge there's 4 floors on this place. Let's see. The scaffolding that goes around the northwest side of the building kind of wraps up and around. It looks like the opening double check on this. Let me see. It looks like at the 3rd floor is where the scaffolding ends, and kind of climbs up to, and there's a hole up in there. So is
Okay,
that
so
where you want to go? You want to fly up to
Yeah.
that hole?
So she
Okay.
can't really communicate with Ragnar at all. She's gonna fly close enough that he can look in and see what's going on, but not so close that he maybe is tempted to jump in. So like back a little bit.
Okay. If you scroll up, you should see the 3rd floor sort of revealed. Ragnar,
So,
you see that?
do I see anything in there?
Yeah. So Juniper the Vulture suddenly just rises up to this 3rd floor, circles around, and kind of hones in on this busted out part of the wall where the scaffolding is, and just hovers there right outside of it, far enough away that you maybe get the sense she doesn't want you to just dive right in. And what you see is that time and the elements have all but destroyed this chamber, leaving a gash in the northwest wall and slimy black mildew on the walls. The wooden floor is completely rotted and has begun to fall away in places. So it just looks like a really shitty, rotted out floor. But that's what you see.
And it doesn't look like anybody's been in there, hanging around in there?
It's other than the rotted kind of plank floor, there's nothing. You can't see anything else. And you know, you got good line of sight through that opening to see the whole room. And there's light coming in. You see that there's a hole in the floor. That looks like it was a constructed hole in the floor, meaning it was cut out right in the middle of the tower. But you can't really, from your angle, see up or down.
So can I kind of want to motion to Junivulture to take me right to the little catwalk. Does it look like I can go on there?
Yep.
That'll support me?
Yeah, if she takes you over there, you can hop off without any sort of a athletic check or anything.
Okay. And I'm gonna try to just like hand motion to her to like stay nearby, and I'm gonna scream if I need help. But I think I need to investigate.
So I don't know what. So Juniper takes you. Do you take him over there?
If that's what he wants, yeah, Juniper's gonna take him over. She can't really communicate at all, but she makes a few caws and stays nearby.
Yeah, I'll just look at her and say, stay nearby in case I need to make a quick exit. So I jump on this thing. Is there anything when I go in the hole? Do I see any like stairs leading up?
So you hop off the Vulture onto the top of the scaffolding,
Yep.
and immediately your weight on this old rickety scaffolding causes it to completely collapse as you go crashing to the ground.
Stop.
You're gonna take some
on.
damage from the fall.
Get the fuck out of here.
You take
Aw.
so you crash all the way to the ground, and you take 9 damage from the fall, bludgeoning damage. But then you land on a bunch of shitty debris and stuff that's underneath there that pierces through your skin for 7 more damage.
That is pretty lame.
You're a big burly dwarf. Stop trying to do ninja stuff.
And the scaffolding is now collapsed.
Okay.
Juniper, you're still flapping up there, and you just watched this. You just watched him. tumble to the
Indy,
ground.
strong bridge. Indy, strong bridge.
So Ragnar just gets out of the debris pile and just knocks all the dust and shit off of him.
I look at
The
Deckard.
debris out of him that's impaling him.
Yeah, just
I look at
pulls
Deckard
debris out.
and I go, Deckard. What did you hear? Something around the corner there.
Yeah, something. I don't know what happened, man. Did someone fall or what?
It sounds like some something broke, something collapsed.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, man.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Where did Juniper and Ragnar go?
I'm gonna go look.
She's flying around like an eagle or whatever. It's just weird stuff happening.
So did Juniper see all that happen?
Yeah, Juniper, I think what she would do is she'd fly down, she'd try to assist Ragnar to getting back to his friends quickly so he can be assessed for whatever kind of medical attention he needs.
All right, so I jump back on the bird. Try to...
Wait. I'm sorry. Time out. Juniper, as you fly over and Ragnar jumps off and it comes crashing down, you also, at that same moment, inexplicably, you pop out of this vulture form and back into gnome form, like literally like Looney Tunes cartoon style. You're just like pedaling your little legs in the middle of the air, flapping your arms as you just suddenly you also crash to the ground.
So she's flying over Wintergrasp.
Oh god.
That's actually a good.
First.
So you take 9 falling damage and 9 piercing damage as you fall right next to Ragnar.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate for me. I'm not getting up from that, buddy. Oh, wait, I'm at 38. I am getting up from that.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I'm
He heals
good.
you.
Yeah.
You're good. You got like 3 HPs left.
Do you guys want to take a little rest, maybe?
So you guys both heard this boom boom. Everybody else hears this crashing on the northwest side, and if you do run over, you see Ragnar and Juniper lying in a pile of debris.
Running with Thoradin. Same kind of thing that Juniper was originally going to do. I think try to help him out of the heap.
Yeah, I mean, overall, Thoradin would like to regroup before we start going to the tower. I mean, I'm in really bad shape. I know everybody else is probably not in great shape. So, like, before we maybe, traverse this tower of magic, maybe we could just take a breather. Just a thought. Whatever. I'm open to anything. YOLO.
I'm game for a bit of a rest.
Yeah, rest would be nice.
So what are you guys gonna do?
So Thoradin says to Spargle, Gnome, I think we should all group up and maybe take a break. I'm not in such great shape.
Yeah, I'm bloodied and singed and...
Are you taking a long rest or a short rest?
I would say we would group up and then see what time it is and then confirm the timeline that we're working on again. And if we have enough time to probably just take a short rest.
What time is it in the day?
It's about 3 in the afternoon now.
I'll ask the others too. I'm just saying, do you guys want to just take a bit of a breather, or how bad are you hurting?
So Ragnar just runs over and says, "I was testing the structural integrity of that walkway over there. It's not very good.
It's not good.
Don't mess with it."
Ragnar, you should know that dwarves don't belong in the sky. We belong underground.
I'm a very athletic dwarf, Thoradin.
Do you guys think it's okay to take a breather here, or we're right by a magic tower? Are we okay, you guys think, or should we back off a bit, or?
I will say that the collapsing scaffolding made a very loud noise, as did the dragon doing its breathing thing. It was like thunder.
I mean, I would say...
So everyone knows we're here. Cool.
Yeah, there's no element of surprise if we're hoping for that.
I mean, maybe just like a short rest, like maybe 50 feet away from this tower.
Yeah, set a watch with a short rest. But confirm with Esmeralda the timeline of when we're supposed to
I want to make
sure. Man.
Right, exactly.
Also, I mean, maybe we keep an eye on that front door too, so that if anything wanders out of it, we know, including
Yeah, you could cast an alarm spell.
yeah.
Okay. So that's what you do, Spargo. You cast an alarm spell in front of the front door, and then you guys take a long rest or a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So a short rest is about an hour or so. So anybody that wants to take your short rest, recover your hit points and whatever else that gets you. Spargo, your alarm does not go off. You in a short rest, you guys aren't sleeping, so you're able to sort of stay alert, and you do start to hear from the northwest, and it's getting closer and closer, the sound of wolves howling. But otherwise, you get your short rest in, and then now it's about 4 or 5 o'clock.
On a short rest, you regain health. How does that work?
Don't you roll it?
You re-roll it. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a way to do this.
When you click short rest, it'll explain it. You can use it.
Yeah, that's right. You have hit die that you can sort of spend, and you can roll as many of those as you want.
That's right.
So I can roll 9 d12s.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like that. But like if we do a short rest, like you get those slots back, like over time. So like you have to do a certain amount of long rests to get those back.
No,
Am I right,
one long
Dan?
Rest, I thought it was one long rest will reset your hit die.
Should. I thought.
No, I meant
Or
like
is it-
if
or-
you used. No, I meant like if you used all 9 of your slots to roll dice, like you don't get all those slots back after one long rest. Am I wrong, Dan?
Or is it like you get 1 back per long rest or something?
Right.
I'm using 5. It's 5. It's 1d10 plus 2. Okay.
Back up to 62.
Yeah, you get per long rest. You recover half of the character's total number of them.
Got it. Yeah.
So, for example, if a character has 8 hit dice,
Ooh.
she can regain 4 spent hit dice on a long rest. So,
Dude, I just got 45 fucking hit points back.
Wow.
yeah, so Thoradin just zonks the fuck out for an hour. He takes the power nap of the fucking century. You're like, dude, is he
Holy
still alive
shit.
over there?
So
Dude, that was almost a max roll. Sorry.
So mine are 1d12 plus 4. I haven't run into this yet. Is there, if you can't click on it and roll it from there and you have to go into the roller, there's no way to add the bonus on the roller, is there?
Not the custom roll, right?
Seems like
You
a
have to
really
just
big
bang
oversight. Like, why wouldn't there be another button where it was like +1,
Bonus
+2,
modifier, yeah.
+8, right?
I'm sure they'll probably get to that. I know that they're still working on that roller.
I just wonder if
so.
there's no like shift clicking or anything like that, right? We've tried.
I don't know.
Small
Good
indie
question.
company, you know.
Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna roll 2 and then I get +8.
Yeah, Dan, is it helping your OCD now that my character sheet aligns with my character?
Oh my god, so much. And it doesn't say archived everywhere I look.
Yeah. I didn't know what any of that meant, and I finally figured it out.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Oh, wait a minute.
And now we're doing that. Now we're looking at the same shit.
Right.
So close.
Thoradin feels great.
Hey, I do use arcane recovery just to mention it, Dan.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Thoradin,
Yes, sir.
you noticed too, you maybe weren't paying attention before, but maybe when you wake up from your nap, your aura is not there.
Oh, was it always not there, or did we overlook that?
No, it was previously, and you really can't explain it. It's just suddenly not there.
Just went. Yeah, that happens. You lose it sometimes, right? I mean, you know.
While we're hitting around or sitting around the camp and stuff like that, I collect a few rocks.
You find some mossy stones around the building. Plenty of debris. Some of them caked in Juniper and Ragnar's blood.
So I look at Spargle and I say, "Oh, does she got you collecting rocks now, lad? You're another nature freak, are you?"
If I do see any that are really neat looking, I'll give them to Juniper, but
I guess your fireballs aren't enough. Now you need rocks.
Speaking of rocks, Juniper is gonna present one of them to Esmeralda for saving her life. It's a particularly pretty one.
She kind of gives you that sort of response that, you know, when a kid draws like a shitty drawing and hands it to you, and you have to act like you really appreciate it. But she's
There's
like,
macaroni glued to it.
yeah, right. But she realizes how special that is to you and seems genuinely appreciative.
I
And she
have
says, "Don't worry, that mustache will grow back." Sorry, Matt.
No, I'm sorry. I have a twig in my hand, and I tap Esmeralda's metal leg, and I say, "How's the leg, Izzy? You need this dwarf to take a look at it? I'm pretty good with mechanics and engineering."
She took a rest too, and she looks a little better. But she kind of stretches it out and like kicks it a couple times. It's a little creaky, but seems all right. She's like, "No, I'm good. That the electricity kind of jolted me a little bit, but I'm all right." She
We
says,
dwarves are natural tinkerers, so if you need me to take a look, I don't mind.
She says, well. She stands up and kind of walks around a few times, and she goes, "Nah, all right."
Magic legs, Esmeralda, magic legs.
New legs.
That's what they used on many dwarven airships. State of the art.
She says, I don't know if my old mentor is in here or not, but do we want to go? Are we going to go inside or wait outside?
Well, he said he would be here, right?
That's what the little gnome lady said. Her gods told her.
I'm a little confused by the wagon parked out front.
Well, that's definitely his wagon. I can just tell by the handwriting on the sign and everything else. But he must have. There must have been a good reason for him to leave it behind.
Seems like this place is booby trapped.
Did we search around the wagon at all, like to see if there was like footprints or any of that kind of jazz?
So somebody noticed that the tracks to and from the wagon were fresh.
Okay.
Esmeralda had been here recently, and there was no wagon here. So the wagon was, as far as you guys can tell, brought here and then left here fairly recently. Thor didn't get a really good survival check, so he couldn't pinpoint exactly when. But if you want to look further, Spargle, make a survival check.
Three.
Yeah, you kind of tell the same thing, that there's like mud tracks and they're, created within weeks, which kind of doesn't tell you much. You see footprints, but you can't tell if they're at this stage they're your own and whether they're coming or going. There's been a lot of traffic in here that kind of obscured things.
You guys think we should try to go in?
I think so. Very cautiously as a group, yes.
Esmeralda says, "Okay, well, I'll go in," and she starts walking in. And you guys saw what I described before on the first floor. You see these clay statues that are standing around this square in the ground with these iron chains that go up.
Can I like check out the clay statues? Try to move.
Yeah.
It's kind of tight in here, but
Yeah, now you guys can kind of like move around and stuff a little bit. It is cozy in here. All 4 statues are holding onto these chains, and the chains go up through the hole in the ceiling, through little openings.
does it seem like there's any kind of mechanism to these statues, or is there any kind of like
Make a perception check
perception?
or investigation, whichever one you want.
11.
You can tell that they are connected together. That all 4 chains from the 4 statues all go up to the same spot, and that there's a. They look like they're connected to something up above, but you can't see it or tell what it is.
But on the statues themselves, there's no like levers. There's no like, or by the stat. You know what I mean? You don't see anything that kind of makes these. They're just basically look like they're rooted to the chain, holding it. They don't. There's no thing that looks like it's a lift or anything like that.
Not that you see. Not that you see here right now, but and there's no levers or switches or anything on the statues. In fact, they look very like Venus de Milo, sort of like plain, porcelain, ish, kind of like porcelain-ish, kind of like statues, muscular, holding these chains motionless.
Your mic's making some weird noises, Sal.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, I think your air conditioner's getting picked up. You can change your sensitivity in Discord by clicking the gear.
One sec.
And Dan, you said so. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to picture this. So the chains come down to
Yeah.
the
Come on now.
floor.
So each statue's like this in front of like like pointing towards each other, towards the middle of the room, holding this chain that goes right above them into a hole in the floor, and then there's a square cut out of the ceiling,
Okay.
and the chain goes up somewhere above them.
Okay, but it doesn't come back down. So it's just a one way. They're all going up still.
The chains are just going up into something, in some mechanism or something into the ceiling.
So I wonder if it took the lift up. Who knows if Van Richter's up there even or something. I don't know. Does anybody want to go take a look up there? I can give us a little bit of a boost with.
I'll go.
Yeah, I'm
Deckard-
definitely open to it.
Sorry, Deckard, when you step there,
Oh, snap.
the statues suddenly move, like their heads, they're looking up, their heads sort of suddenly go down, like sort of Clash of the Titans kind of clay animation style, like and they're very jerky, like kind of animated motion, and they all look at you as if they're waiting for something.
And this is a platform right here?
Mm-hmm. It's a square that looks like a platform should belong, but there's no platform there.
Oh, got it. And is there any lever or anything on these guys I can pull or anywhere in this room?
No, they just look towards you, and they're all staring right at you as if waiting.
Oh my god. Lower the chain. Say.
Lower
As
the
soon as you say that, their heads bow, and they start going like this as the chain. You hear this, and as you look up, you see this platform coming down, slow, but eventually it reaches the bottom, and there's this wooden platform sitting there right in front of you, an elevator.
Alright. Hey fellas, these clay friends of ours are gonna help us get up to the top. Anybody want to join me over here?
I'll go.
I'll join you, lad. I'm a little worried, but we might as well go as a group.
Juniper hops on. I mean,
Yeah,
not
just-
sorry, Esmeralda. Sorry, I wasn't saying that. Freudian slip. Esmeralda hops on.
Look,
Is it
Thornton,
Luke?
I
Capable
can handle
of
any.
holding-
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just making a joke.
Oh. Does it look capable of holding multiple people?
It looks okay so far. Everybody's standing on it. It's not creaking or doing anything. I'll make a perception check.
I think at this
Everybody-
point, Alaric would be helping people on and just kind of, he would be the last one if there were room.
13.
So everybody's jumping on. Alaric's just standing there making sure everybody gets on. And Spargle's standing back, kind of calculating, doing stuff. Spargle, you're like, this whole place seems shaky and stuff, but if anything, you feel like the statues are very solid. The chain is very solid, and your gauge so far as you're watching people. Spargle's super intelligent, so he's like calculating, sort of Rain Man style as everybody's stepping on here, and he said it seems like it's supportive. You don't feel like you're kind of watching how the floorboards bend and stuff, and it seems like it's holding everybody's weight, and there's a lot of weight on it right now.
Okay. I'll hop on too.
Okay. Alaric, everybody but you hops on.
Come on, big fella.
I was
There's
gonna
room
say,
for
you're the-
all of
you're-
us up
You're
here.
the straw, right?
Come on,
Somebody's
mate,
got to
come on.
res us.
All right. Yeah, I'll try it out. I'll hop on.
All right. As Alaric jumps on.
Oh God.
No, I'm just kidding. I just said that just to be a dick. So Alaric jumps on, and you guys are all like, and Spargle's the kind of like Alaric gets on, and Spargle's watching, still calculating in his head, and he jumps up a couple times, and it feels solid. So you guys are all standing on this platform, and it seems like it's holding all your weight.
Deckard looks at one of the clay guys, and he's like, lift the platform, fellas. Take us upstairs.
In unison, all four of them bow their heads, and they slowly chick, 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 and it's going a little kind of, it's going up, not real smooth, but steady as you guys rise up to the second floor.
Ooh. It was a little cattywampus.
Little cattywampus.
Yeah, that's a good word.
I like that word. It's gonna make its way into the recap for sure. You rise up to the second floor, which is completely enclosed. There's no real openings except little arrow slits. Dust and cobwebs fill this otherwise empty room. Let's see if I can do this. The wooden floor of which is badly rotted and partially collapsed. Ragnar, you might look over and be like, realize immediately that if you guys were to get off at this level, you'd probably have another repeat of the scaffolding incident of 2021.
Does he say
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
if you
just
say
look
anything.
over and I'm like, we're not getting off here, fellas.
that?
But the elevator's kind of perched there, and just kind of although the statues have a firm grasp, so it's risen up to that level and locked in.
Can we see those statues?
Yeah, you can see them down below. I mean, these are like 15-foot floors, so you can see down.
What
I
about
say-
these things on this level? Like in the corners, these little. There's like
You
things
can't,
in the corners.
yeah, you can't see them from inside of here, but you remember from being out at the front of the building that there were these like griffin little, what do you call those things? Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Oh, okay.
But they're like made of griffins that were like on all four sides of the tower,
Okay.
and that's what those are. That scaffolding, by the way, around the sides is all gone.
Deckard yells down to the clay fellas. Hey, clay fellas, take us up another level. Please.
All of a sudden, the chains start clinking again as the The elevator rises to the 3rd floor. And you see what Ragnar had seen before on this one. Time and elements have all but destroyed this chamber, leaving a gash in the northwest wall. So this is the opening where the scaffolding was that Ragnar tried to step into. The wooden floor is completely rotted and has begun to fall away in pieces.
So it looks like the other one did, pretty much.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
empty and
Empty
decrepit.
and decrepit. Yep.
Okay.
And you look up, and it looks like there's one more floor above you.
Decker, say, fellas, everybody, look, this looks like a lot of the same. I'm going to tell them to take us up one more unless someone wants to do something.
Sounds good.
Nothing
yell
but black
down.
on this floor.
Clay, fellas, one more floor, boys. Thank you.
Right, fellas.
So click, 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 all the way up to the top floor. If you guys want to take yourself up there, Esmeralda jumps off. Let's see what I'm doing here. I don't know why these things are always hidden. All right. So you make it up to the top floor, and I jumped you guys. Oh, there you go, Thoradin. Sorry, didn't mean to leave you behind.
That's okay.
I took you off of the elevator just to spread you around because the floor here, unlike the whole rest of the tower, looks very stable and intact. So you guys are good here. And unlike the levels below, this room shows signs of recent habitation. And although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with matching chair, bright tapestries, and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light enters through arrow slits as well as through dirt-caked windows with broken shutters. Other features of this room include a standing suit of armor, which you can see there, and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which hang iron chains that supports the tower's elevator platform, which you just used to get up here. I'm gonna grab another drink. Be right back in like 2 minutes. Gotta read my notes, dude.
Cool.
I'm gonna go potty.
Nah, I might as well too.
Oh. Mute my mic.
So Matt, I have to figure out how to hook up with you on Nintendo Xbox Live.
Oh yeah, it's really
I've had
really-
this Switch for like 4 years, and I have no idea how to play games with other people.
well, yeah. So Nintendo Switch Online is not very great to begin with, but it's very easy. It's just you exchange friend codes.
You didn't mind like social security number or what's happening?
Just
Look, I'll put
just
it this
blood
way.
type, and
It's fucking easier than Skype. I'll put it that way.
Ah,
that's not saying
Cool.
much.
yeah. Hit me up on MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh no, Will turned into a bunch of kids' toys. Hope he's okay.
It's like, I don't know if you played one of those any of the Lego games, like Lego Batman or Lego Star Wars, and you hit somebody and they just explode in a bunch of shit on the ground. It's like somebody hit Will and he just blew up into a bunch of
Those
toys.
Lego games are terrible, but they're a lot of fun, man.
The
They're
Star
good.
Wars ones are good.
Yeah, no, they're
dude.
good, but they're just, like, I'm like, I'll play it and I'll be like, why the fuck am I playing a Lego game? But this is good. I'm like, it's good though. It's good.
My kids were all into Harry Potter, so I played like all of those Harry Potter Lego games back in the day.
I'm excited you're on Mass Effect 2. I'm still on Mass Effect 1. I'm behind you. They keep getting better, man. Just
Wait a minute.
story,
so
the
did you
game.
finish Mass Effect 1, Punch?
Oh yeah.
Like back in the day, or just the remake?
No, recently. He hasn't played them until the remaster.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so
He's like a
Mass
virgin.
Effect 2 is my favorite game ever.
So sucked into it. My kids are yelling at me, like, because they're like, all you do is want to play your game.
It's so awesome. Are you playing Paragon or Renegade?
Paragon.
Yeah.
I would love to do it
I always
actually.
do.
Though. I'm liking the game, so I might do a run through it as a Renegade. Actually,
Dude, it is.
It's like a whole different
completely
experience.
Yeah, totally different game.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely worth doing.
2 is so good.
Oh,
And all the I don't know how they did it in the remaster. They probably just built all the DLC sort of into it, but
yeah.
2 had some really good DLC, like the Shadow Broker and the Kasumi's memory and stuff. So it's kind of like after you finish the main story, you go back and
Leviathan
you
as
play.
well, or was that
I think that was 3,
Leviathan? Was
or maybe that was. I don't know. They're all good though.
No spoilers.
Mm-hmm. All right, Amber, are you back?
I am.
I don't know if you ever left, but
Eh.
good. All right, so you guys got up to the floor of the tower. You talked to these statues, and Deckard commanded them, and they came up here. And I explained what you saw here. This looks like it's like in pretty good shape up here. The interesting things here are, like a chest, a fireplace, a bed, this suit of armor in the corner.
Or bookwormishy. So I'm interested in the desk to see if there's any notes or anything like that because of the note he left for, previously or whatever.
Yeah. So what you find in the desk is the exact same. You see, there's nothing in there. There's some papers and parchment that haven't even been used. But the one thing that actually it seems to be of value is a map of Barovia, the same one that you guys got from Ernst and Lady Wachter. So it's like it's the exact same. It's a copy of that map.
I'll collect it just in case.
Okay, so now you have an extra copy of that same map that you already have. But you spend some time kind of looking at your map and that map, and there's no differences. There's no extra, like things marked on it or anything. But it is good to have a second map.
I know I missed a little bit, but does it look like anybody slept here recently?
Make a perception check. Oh, and make a perception check with advantage because there's something I might want to tell you.
Okay. So how do I do that with advantage?
You can
Perception.
right click on it, I think, and it'll be able to. You can click.
Ah, yeah, nice.
That's cool. So you rolled a 15 and a 14 and a 15. So it took your 15. And
Oh, yeah,
added your
nice.
yeah. So you can tell that somebody has slept in this bed within the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
Your sense of smell tells you that it was a human who
Okay.
hasn't bathed in a while, maybe. Strong sense of body odor.
Is that a Thoradin?
It's not that strong. You also catch the smell of lavender coming from the chest.
Deckard loves lavender. He likes going to the spa and getting a lavender cool towel on his face. No. So yeah, I communicate to the group. If it seems like someone's been here. Some human that hasn't bathed in a while. Catching some traces, some smells. And I go to the chest wherever that lavender is coming from and investigate that chest and try and open it.
There's no lock or anything on it, so it could all open freely if you want to.
Okay, I open it.
Okay. So you open the chest, and inside is a head.
Oh boy.
It looks like it's a human male Vistana. And go ahead and make another perception check.
Just normal.
Yeah, just a regular perception check. You're just kind of looking at this thing, kind of trying to figure out what you don't touch it, but it's sitting in there. You're just looking, or just closed eyes. It's just kind of like this head's laying there.
Just an 8.
All right. So that's what you see. You see a head.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell it's a Vistana because it's got a little earring and it's got a bandana and like long hippie hair.
I grab it by the hair. Does it decompose or anything? How fresh is this head?
So you can't tell how fresh it is, but it is odd to you that it's well preserved. Like it has this waxy like complexion to it.
Do I smell lavender? Is that
The lavender gets more intense as you lift his head up. It looks like it's been almost preserved.
I grab it by the hair. And I just grab it up out of the thing, and I look to Esmeralda, and I go, "Is this guy you're looking for?"
She looks at it, and she puts her head down, and she goes, damn it, Doctor. You did it again. I know what's going on.
Why is there just a severed head that smells very fresh and clean in this chest?
It's Rudolph's old. It's one of his oldest tricks in the book. He probably killed this guy for whatever reason, and then he uses he takes the head and he uses a speak to dead spell to ask it questions. It's his interrogation technique.
Fascinating.
He must have been asking. It must have been one of the local Vistani, and he had some information that the old doctor needed. And Jesus, I thought he stopped doing that. She doesn't say Jesus because that's not a deity in any of the Forgotten Realms. I'll retcon that part of it. Jeez.
Oh, that's that's awesome. Well, that's weird. I look at the rest of the group. I'm like, do we know this guy? We run into this guy ever? I've seen a lot of these Vistani fellas running around.
Does it look familiar? I'll check it out.
Nah, I won't make you make a roll. No one recognizes this particular one, but you all are pretty certain it's a Vistani dude. But No one you're familiar with.
Hey, Dan, just because of like some of the weird things have been happening to me and stuff too, I'm just going to use like just kind of like looking down a little bit here, and I do my little thing where I normally can like flick and make a little candle flash, above my hand. Does it happen?
You're like this. Nothing
Yeah, I'm just doing
happens.
like a cantrip,
Yep.
my little.
Nothing.
and then-
Nothing happens. You're like, the hell?
Performance issues over there, Spargle?
Yeah, we seem to be somehow impacted by this tower or something here that I'm can't really attune to any of my magic capabilities here. I'm a little confused.
Hmm.
Have I ever
Yeah, I had a
heard
similar
anything
issue
about this?
earlier.
Dan? Like, is there any like? I can't even detect magic, right?
Make an Arcana check. And I'm going to tell you right now, you need an 18 or higher. Holy fuck!
29.
Whoa.
So you are, as you try to like do your prestidigitation fire trick, whatever the thing you were doing is, it suddenly strikes you, and so no one else knows. We're roll in character. Spargle knows this. Unless you communicate it, this is just your knowledge right now. You are 100% sure that there is an anti-magic field around this entire tower, and that that is what's going on.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and look up anti-magic field to see what it does, but in a nutshell, it absolutely nullifies virtually any magic that was not established prior to the anti-magic field being invoked.
It's a great place for a wizard to be.
And anything like, let's say, someone who turned themselves into a vulture were to enter the anti-magic field, it would negate that. Any magical weapons would be negated. No spells could be cast. Every magic item becomes mundane.
It's all making sense now.
Anything under the bed? Bed sheets?
Make an investigation check.
Hell yeah, brother. Fucking 8.
Nah, you kind of toss the bed a little bit. Nothing interesting.
Is there-
Juniper's. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, is there any food in this like counter area? Any snacks? Jerky, meat, beef?
No,
Porridge?
no food. Sorry, Thornton. There's a stove. There's a stove there, like a fireplace stove that has a stack of wood behind it.
I'm good.
I just want to eat something.
No food. Sorry, Thornton. Amber, go ahead.
Searching for snacks. Juniper's gonna go over to the suit of armor, and she's gonna kind of do the thing where she knocks on it a little bit, and she looks to see what it's made of, and what's going on with it, and how big it is, and all of that.
Yeah, it's a human-sized suit of armor, full plate armor. Looks like it's in pretty good shape, and it's standing almost like it's like mounted upright, like a statue of some sort. It also looks. Make an investigation check.
So there's definitely no food though, right?
Oh shit!
Same
Okay.
see any food?
So that was actually a natural 1 plus 7, I think. Oh,
You hate to see it.
No, I think that was a 7 plus the 1, right?
oh, it just showed up differently on the dice. But yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. So that's what you see. Suit armor in the corner.
There's no like insignia or anything like that on it.
Nope.
Okay.
Dan, what's this thing over here by the fireplace? Or the other? Is that a where I'm at? That other rectangular object. It's like a bookcase or something, or what is? Table.
Let's see. Wooden chest. Yeah, that's like a drafting table, that has like a long, skinny drawer on it.
Can I check out the drawer?
So Spargle, you pull the drawer out, and it has this in it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Reinhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
Oh.
My God.
My God,
Yeah.
Matt, that's
Oh my God.
exactly what I thought.
Wait, what did you think?
Dude,
I don't get
from
it.
Fucking Ace Ventura.
When he goes
When he's trying to figure out like Finkel and Einhorn, and he's got the big diagram, and there's all these.
It's all
Oh my
Dan
God.
Marino. No, it's all pictures of Dan Marino.
Lace is out.
The Dolphins, Dan Marino.
Oh, look at this one. Avoid the windmill and the fucking pies.
Lace is out.
Oh my God.
Lace is out.
That's exactly
They,
what
they
this is.
defeated her? How?
Oh my god. What is this?
Is that like on parchment, or is that just all scattered loose pieces on in the drawer, basically? Then
It's actually on like a piece of like board. It's like it's like tacked into the drawer.
I'm gonna grab one of the. So I actually collect that loose parchment on the desk and start. I don't want to take it, you know what I mean, but I want to start actually trying to draft a copy of this.
Thornton takes out his iPhone 12s Max Pro and he takes his picture of it.
Good idea. Even better.
Esmeralda walks
Ooh.
over and she goes, "What the hell? What is? Oh, that's my mentor's work for sure. That's what he does. I figured this would be around here." As she's just studying it herself.
What exactly is he your mentor in?
Well, in hunting monsters.
Hunting monsters.
We spent a lot of time together, going from place to place and killing bad guys.
I heard the X-Files music. Oh my God, I
Yes.
thought I was going fucking crazy. Oh my God, I had it like at 1% volume and I'm like, what is that whistling sound? Dan Marino.
Nuts.
Is
All right,
one of them a
Matt,
werewolf?
if you or whomever else is interested, it's in Discord under D&D General.
I just saw it. Hi, Dan.
Bro, that's
Lace is
exactly
up.
what I thought of as soon as this popped up.
It was right there with
Exactly it. That's exactly what I thought of. I gotta do something. This ain't good. I gotta get out of the house. Wow, this is fucked up.
Is this an
Right.
Will this image be documented somewhere? Like, can you like dump it and whatever?
So Sparkle's made a copy of it, which I'll
But
say
I mean,
we'll
in, like,
take
real life, will
him.
it be in
Here, I'll get it to you right
Slack
now,
or
brother.
Discord? I know. I mean, I.
So
I should say that.
there you go. There you go. And I was going to say, and also anytime if you guys, just like your map that you own from Ernst and Lady Wachter, I have this as a sort of a map that we can bounce over to anytime.
So we're all looking at this.
Yeah, everybody now is like Spargle pulled this drawer out and went, "Oh," and Esmeralda came over and said, that's definitely my old mentor. That's what he does." And then everybody's sort of huddled around this small desk looking at this.
No mention of the warlock. Just saying.
I see some references to us, fellas.
Uh-huh.
You might be on to me.
Is one of them a werewolf?
And that guy next to that note, that Kirill fella, I learned a little bit about him during my transformation. He's he leads the bad wolves. If there's any other way to put it.
Esmeralda steps back half a foot and starts to put her hand behind her back, and she goes, "What transformation are you talking about?"
Uh-oh.
What do you? I used to be I was not a very religious man, and I had a transformation where I came to my faith in Tyr
Make a
as
deception check.
religious man.
Make a deception check.
Oh,
Here,
boy.
here we go on the charisma.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
boy.
He ain't lying.
We got these cloaks from the Red Brands. That's that's how everybody does.
What am I doing? What am I doing? Persuasion,
Deception.
deception. Good
You're gonna
God!
roll a 4. I'm calling it now.
She draws her sword out fully as you're saying that.
Oh God!
-1.
Oh no.
Hang on, I need to redo this. Was a religion. I transformed.
Please let out a howl in mid-sentence.
Like a Teen Wolf kind of, your hands start turning into, getting hairy.
I give a brief Terry Clout. Oh.
She pulls her silvered longsword out completely and it falls all the way back to the corner of the room. And she goes, "Are you a werewolf?"
I'm not a werewolf. What are you talking about? Deckard draws his crossbow, his hand crossbow. He goes, "You better watch yourself, lady."
She looks
I don't like
around at
it. I don't like hitting women, but I'll hit you if you keep talking.
She's got her sword now trained on Deckard, ready to strike, and she's looking at the rest of you.
Jennifer looks appalled at what Deckard just said and says, "Hey, you've been traveling with us for a bit, and you've even camped with us. If he was going to attack you as a werewolf, don't you think you would have done it by now?"
Yeah, he's not like. Give him a chance, as he's not like
He's a good werewolf.
monster you hunt.
I'm not a werewolf.
Yeah, he is.
Sometimes. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
We don't lie to our friends here.
But he's in control. It
Friends
just,
don't lie.
give him a second, as don't be.
He's one of ours.
Az, how's your
So if
leg
you draw a
working?
weapon on him, you draw it on all of us.
He's the farthest thing from a minion of Strahd as exists in this land.
Can I cast Hold Person on her?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So
Did she look like she was gonna attack? Like after we talked?
She looks like she was on the trigger to attack.
okay, so choose a humanoid within range. The target must wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. It's up to 1 minute.
Okay, so that's 14.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
have a problem that people that turn into wolves, but not people that turn into giant vultures.
A giant vulture didn't eat her leg.
Oh, fair.
But hold person, so it holds her.
All right, so Thoradin casts that on her, and he says to her, "Esmeralda, we're not from this world. I know that's a lot to take in, but I can assure you we're on the side of righteousness here. And I think we've proven that through our actions. We want to get rid of Strahd and eliminate him and get him out of here because he's ruining everybody's lives. And we know that's the side you're on. Are you with us or are you against us?"
She can't speak because she's held.
Oh, okay. That's fair. So I throw that out there, and then I say, Deckard is indeed a werewolf, but he wasn't always that way. This land cursed him. He was a free-loving cowboy who wanted nothing to do with anything except horses and gold. And that was ruined once he came here. He doesn't want to be a werewolf, and we're trying to cure him. But alas, here we are. We ask that you help us, and we won't cause you any problems. And I can assure you that the cowboy won't cause you any harm, or else I'll be dealing with him myself. And I'm assuming that took the minute of the spell.
Okay.
Was it an hour? It's a minute, I think. I don't know. It's
Make
it's up to a minute. Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Fucking natural 20 plus 2. 22.
Oh,
Wow.
shit, dude.
Coming
Wow.
in the clutch. Totally
Yeah,
redeemed
dude,
myself.
that was literally about the. This goes back to when Ragnar convinced the Revenant to stop fighting you guys. There was one roll that would have made it happen, and this is the same goddamn thing.
Yes,
I'll tell
Thoradin.
you what, a little bit break to behind the curtain, man. If you hadn't done this, she was dipping out that window, and you wouldn't have seen her for a while. The hold person fades, and she looks torn. But she puts that silvered longsword back, and she says, "I've never met a werewolf that can control the urges, and I think it's just a matter of time. You guys are fools for traveling with this man. But until we meet back up with my mentor, I'll go along with it. But don't. The minute I see anything go south, I'm all over him. No risks. You guys gotta understand. I've been around too many werewolves. I know how this works."
All over me. Well, we'll handle that later. I appreciate you being all right with it. But the reason you're surprised by the fact that I can control it, have you ever met Emil? Does that name ring a bell? Do you know of the children of Mother Night?
I don't know the names specifically, but I do know I have heard there's a rift in the werewolf clan in these lands. There's two sides, but that's all I know.
Well, you're right on. You're spot on. There's those of us that can control it, and there's those of us who can't. Kirill here, he's a bad guy. Emil and the folks I met taught me how to control this thing. They're the good guys. We ain't all bad.
She seems even more calmed down by that explanation. Like it makes sense to her. She says, well, she looks back at Thoradin, who is the one that convinced her, and back to Deckard, who explained it, and says, well, I guess we'll see then. Maybe we should visit this Carol, give this Carol a visit and take him out of the equation if that's the case.
Do we still hear wolves howling in the distance?
Make a perception check. With advantage.
We know Deckard survives anyway because in 30 years he's in the Owlbear Run as the so we know he makes it out.
A little foreshadowing there, right?
That's awesome.
Well, that's on the sacred timeline. You don't know which timeline we're on.
Yeah. 17.
17. You do hear wolves, and they're extremely close.
Okay.
And they seem to be coming from they were coming from the northwest. They're now coming from the direction that you guys came.
Well, Esmeralda, as fun as this little spat has been, we might get our wish. There's some wolves on the way here right now. I don't know if they're good or bad. But I don't know if y'all can hear them. I can. They were coming from the northeast or northwest. Now they're coming from the south. So something's coming.
I would say everybody else can hear them, but they hear them as you normally. You guys almost always hear wolves here and there, kind of like we hear crickets, around here. They can't, like you, sort of zone in on the direction and the distance and everything. So you have a little bit more info in terms of. You would guess they're maybe a few thousand feet away at this point.
As a matter of fact, I'm not sure we can get out of here and not run into them.
I'll tell you that I think that, well, we're in this tower. I'm not going to be much helpful with you guys here. It seems like this tower is, it suppresses any type of magic within it.
Do you guys want me to take you back to the tower now that you have this conspiracy
I'm
web?
done with the Dan Marino thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You keep
And
the
I
music
guess-
going though. It's tripping me out.
Why is I'm looking at the upper right corner there? What's his association with Elrond? Doesn't it kind of look like him?
Yep.
So I don't know how everyone reacts to the news that something's on its way, but Deckard seems a little bit more urgent.
Yeah,
What do you- I mean,
lock the door. We'll be fine.
Do we? I mean, we're on the top floor of this thing.
That's true.
I don't know if they have an easy way up here. But I'm like I said, I'm not that I'm not concerned, Deckard. I just don't think I'm going to be. While we're within the confines, we may be protected from them somewhat from being on the top floor. But on the other hand, I'm not going to be able to do much more than my bow to help. Still somewhat distracted by it. I'm just fascinated by the drawer and the drafted image. I'm trying to figure all this out.
Does anybody want to search anything else? I mean, Deckard's interested in this suit of armor.
I'm like peeking out the windows, I guess. I'll just kind of like peek out the windows. Deckard, do you know where? I'm looking at the arrow slits you said there were.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. There's those little notches all along the building are arrow slits. They're about 3 or 4 feet high, about 8 inches wide, and you can see all around the tower from there.
Yeah, I'm kind of like scooting around, looking out, see if I see anything.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
By the way, this thing hasn't cut out on me once tonight.
Shouldn't have said it.
You shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Shut it.
I don't. I should. You're right.
Because you
Why did I
installed
do
Mass
that?
Effect. That's what it is.
Oh yeah.
The Mass Effect factor. Yeah, 7.
You don't notice anything. You look through all corners of the building, and it's just dark and smoky and misty out, foggy out there. The lake and quiet.
That shelf, the thing that goes up and down, right? Is it exactly even with the floor? Is it slightly above? Is there any?
I mean, it's pretty close. I don't know what you're getting at, but no, it brought you up to about level. I mean, it's not like,
I wonder if we even want to like prop up this floor so they can't, if I don't know, use the elevator.
like wedge it, you mean, so that it can't go back down.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so to be clear, there's chains that go over a pulley that go down to the statues that were raising and lowering it.
Well, all we'd really have to do then is take a pole and stick it through 2 parts of the chain, and then it wouldn't be able to go
Thinking.
down, right?
No.
So is there anything on the suit of armor, like a pole arm, that we could use to put between the chains?
Or
Or
Ragnar,
anything on the
maybe
oven?
one of those extra swords of yours, the ones with the image,
Could do that.
If anyone has a quarter staff, anything like that.
The suit of armor does have a mundane, regular-looking longsword. It's made out of steel.
Oh, try that.
Would it span the distance between and go a little bit further? And also fit between the lengths of the chain?
I don't think it would go all the way across like 5-6 feet, but it could go through one corner of the chain link. It would fit through the chains and kind of wedge one of the 4 corners.
Is that the plan that we're going with, or do we want?
That's
to
what
do
I was
anything
wondering.
else?
Like, does anybody have any reaction to this? Is this a good idea?
Do we want to make it that we can't get down?
Yeah, I mean, We're gonna have to get out of here. We can't use magic to get out of here,
Mm-mm.
so we're gonna have to use it at some
We
point.
can use rope, and we can attach a rope, and we can climb down if we have to.
That's
We
true.
can't get out of the arrow slits, can we?
Ragnar fucking wasn't he gonna? Oh, but
That was another floor.
That was a giant hole in the wall.
That
Are there
wasn't
any
this
windows?
floor.
These are arrows.
Not on this floor. Oh no, there are so the wider things at the north, south, east, and west are shuttered windows.
Oh,
Alright, so we can Rapunzel our way out if we have to.
Do we want to go downstairs and prepare a battlefield for what's coming?
Yeah, you want to take it on, or
Because we can't fight them with magic from up here. So it'll just be a matter of Deckard shooting them if we're up here, and we just stay up here until something happens.
True.
I kind of feel like we should go down and like prepare an ambush zone.
Okay, I'm game.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's home alone this bitch.
Yeah, let's use
I
the
must
car.
protect this house.
Or Rambo 5 if you want to get dark.
Yeah, really. Chop off somebody's foot and show it to them.
hmm.
Or their heart.
I like when the guy's running by and you just see his foot get chopped off.
Oh,
underneath.
yeah, dude, he uses his machete and he just hacks his foot off. It's amazing.
Like, what the fuck?
Best
So-
movie ever. Sorry, go ahead.
Do we want to investigate this suit of armor real quick? Can Deckard take a look at it?
If it had any magical properties, it wouldn't because we're in an anti-magic shell because there's a Death Knight.
Not if the magic was in before the field. It could have been magical before the field. That's what.
What would you? How do you want to check it out, or what are you gonna do, Deckard?
Well, I guess first I just want to look at it. Like, what kind of armor is it?
It is like a full suit of plate armor
Ooh.
from an indistinct sort of period or region, as far as you can tell. And it's just very well fastened together. Kind of think more like Tin Man than suit of armor on a rack.
I like Billy,
Almost
Okay.
fused together.
like Billy Madison when he asked the janitor, "Hey man, you want some of this milk?" I look at Thornton, I look at all my armor wearers. I'm like, "Hey guys, you want some of this armor?"
Can Ragnar do a history check on the armor to see if it's something that he's seen before?
Sure. Anybody else want to examine it and from a particular perspective?
24.
Look to see if there's anything potentially arcane about it, maybe just to see like.
Yeah, go ahead, because I might pair that up with Ragnar had a very good roll. So Ragnar and Spargle walk up to this armor, and Ragnar's looking at it like, what time periods it's from, what regions it's from, and Spargle's looking at it, and the two of you kind of look at each other and compare some notes. And Spargle, the two of you collectively, and again, this is the knowledge the two of you have and no one else does at this moment, kind of come to the consensus that this looks a lot like a spellcaster type of person would use this to animate as some sort of a construct.
Oh, this is some Medivh shit. Oh my
Spargle, you would know that if someone were to have cast a spell like this, there would be a command word that you would need to know to activate such a thing.
I'll say, defend us.
Nothing happens.
What's the Elvish word for friend?
So do I know that as well? Or just Spargo knows that?
Spargle knows that for now, but you guys are looking at it together. So Spargle, I don't know what you want to tell your friends.
I'll tell them basically that.
Okay, so everybody's heard the same.
So I'll look over at Esmeralda and just be like, any kind of word that your mentor was using a lot, you know, maybe a word that he might have made a code word, something that he might have used. We think this armor might be more than it seems.
Yeah. Let me think. He had a horse named Drusilla. She says that real loud at the armor. Nothing happens. His son, who, tragic story, passed away. I don't want to get into it right now. Was named Erasmus. She says that. Nothing happens. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think a few more minutes, but...
Did he have a wife or a lover or...
Well, his wife... Yeah, he had a wife. Out of character, I don't remember her fucking name, and I'm not gonna look it up right now. So that's not the word.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's
That's
fine.
not the word, whatever the fuck it was.
Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Yeah, wasn't Gertrude.
Not Esmeralda.
Ingrid. Yes, his wife was Ingrid. She says that, and nothing happens. She says his first kill was a vampire named Baron Metis. Again, she says that, and nothing happens. She goes, I don't know. I'm out of ideas.
Did he worship any gods?
Nope.
Scientist? Got it.
That's correct.
Spargle, is there any way you can call upon... No, there's no magic here. Forget it.
Not Kazan, or what was it, the door? Was it
Kazan.
Kazan?
Do you say that?
Yeah.
When you say the word Kazan, the armor goes and it walks over to you, and it stands right in front of you.
Nice.
Menageries for guests. Adam, you're muted.
You're muted, Adam.
Sorry. I got really excited when Ponch said that because I spent the last 5 minutes trying to remember the name of this tower that we were in. And that's what I wanted to say. So good. All right, carry on.
Owlbear.
Warbler.
Okay. Are we gonna go fight these guys? We got a friend. Sparkle's like bouncing.
Okay, so Spargle, I'll send you what this is. And which is now fully under your control. And moments after, so Esmeralda stands back and everybody's like, you know, whatever, like this very still suit of armor suddenly just started robotic like started moving around right when Spargle said Kazan. As everybody now hears this, you hear the howling of wolves, but at the front of that sound, you also hear, "Oh fuck! Who the fuck's in my tower? Fuck! Help! Fuck!" And you run to the front arrow slits, and you see this old man in glasses just running. He doesn't have anything on him. He is just running for dear life as there's about a pack of wolves right on his ass, running down that little causeway that comes up towards the center of the house. I'll show you, give you two pictures of what he looks like.
Diggory Kirk from Narnia.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And he is just running. He's like, "The fuck are you doing in my tower?" And he looks over his shoulder and goes, "Fuck, but help!" And he's a you know, just kind of a gruff voice and angry and doesn't seem scared. More is like commanding you to help. as he's running towards the front of the tower. And that's where we'll kill the session. We'll pick up there next time.
Love it.
Awesome.
Oh boy.
Can you bring up? Can we? I couldn't bring up that chart again.
Yeah, let me jump over to that.
It's in Discord, Will.
I put it in Discord.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a full resolution copy of that I'll throw up there too.
This is sweet, dude. So is this a part of like the like what comes with like the kit? Like, is this like a?
No, I'm going out on a whim here, speaking for Dan. That if you really look at everything that's written here and stuff, there was a lot of editing and homebrewed stuff. If I had to
Dude,
guess.
did you make this, Dan?
Yep.
Eyes.
That's incredible.
fucking-
You made the whole thing?
Yep.
I want
my
I want a poster of this.
God.
I mean, of course, a lot of the images and stuff are all from the.
Well, yeah, but you compiled all these images into this thing and made these strings and everything.
I would hang this up and put it in a frame.
This is awesome.
Outdid yourself this time, Mr. DM.
Just as a side note, after having looked at this so much and analyzed it, the thing that gets me the most is the bottom right corner. Where's Irina with the picture of her?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I keep coming back to, and I go, man, I'm not really sure what to make of that right now.
Yeah, we really shit the bed on that one.
We did.
Whatever. You win
Like-
some, you lose some.
Yeah, I don't know.
This place is a fucking
What
shithole.
about what about avoid the windmill and the fucking pies?
Yes.
That is funny. That's funny.
Tome of Strahd, possible locations.
Ooh.
The abbot. Will the abbot help?
Did you guys ever meet an abbot? Not while I was here.
That the guy in the very lower right by there, Irina, that's his son, right? That wasn't that guy an abbot that we were in that place when his son attacked us?
Yeah, his son was like in a cellar.
No, you're thinking of the baloney guy. What the fuck was his
Yeah,
name?
baloney face.
Baloney face. He wasn't the abbot.
No, Vasily is the guy who took Irina. And we broke his house.
No, I think we're talking about the abbot.
Talking about Abbott, but maybe that there's a different Abbott. I wonder.
Yeah, you're
They-
thinking of what was his name? Donovich.
Donovich,
He,
that
he
fat
was.
fuck.
He wasn't an abbot. He was he an acolyte? I can't remember what Donovich
He
was.
just ran the church, and then
That was
kept
baloney
people
face,
in-
though.
Yeah, he kept people in the fucking basement, and didn't like Crocus stick his fucking head in there or some shit.
No, you did. You
Yeah,
rolled a
I think I
natural
blame
one
him.
and you fell and your face went through the floorboards
Right,
into the
right,
basement to
right,
see
yeah.
that Donovich had his vampire son.
Yeah.
So Donovich's son was part of a bunch of Barovian villagers who went and stormed Castle Ravenloft, and they all got fucked up. And because he was the priest's son, Strahd turned him into a vampire and sent him back home. So this priest gets his son back, but his son's a vampire who just wants to drink blood, so he chained him up in his basement instead of killing him. You guys did that for him.
Did you kill the stream yet or not?
No, but I will right now.
Thanks
So,
to all of our viewers. Our
Thanks
sponsor.
everybody for watching.
All right, cool. Thanks for the calls. We couldn't do it without you.